Welcome guys to episode 16 of Kerbal Space Program. Today we're gonna be making the space plane right here. That's probably it. You might notice the title is called "To Refuel the Space Plane." Why? Because I didn't realize that this thing actually needs to be like fueled. Apparently, because I'm just big brain like that. So yeah. So first we're gonna. Before I actually realized this, I transfer all the crew into it, and then we undock the thing. So let's see that happen as we do. So here we are. I realized that, oh yeah, we need both enriched uranium, liquid fuel, and oxidizer. Now the oxidizer was already fine, but we need like another 4,000 liquid fuel, and also, those nuclear engines need enriched uranium. Thank you, near future mods. Very cool. I really appreciate you doing that. So here's our little fuel refinery. So getting all the liquid fuel and oxidizer won't be a problem. So there's us transferring it into our little tug over here, and this is just gonna launch up and refuel the things at some point. So that fuel tug is monopropellant powered. So basically, it also kind of acts as a monopropellant tug lifter thing. The only problem is that you get to use the monopropellant to get up there, so it's not great. The saving grace there is that you can actually transfer it through orbital logistics, which for some reason you can't do with liquid fuel. So I don't know. So it works fine. It works fine. Anyway, so here's us going. So first we're going to, since the orbits of the space plane and the not station, mothership, it's essentially a space station at this point until we actually move it to better places, bigger and better places. Until then, so we're just going to do a quick inclination change, get us on actual plane with the thing. Otherwise, rendezvous is really hard. You can do that by burning either normal or anti-normal at an ascending or descending node, which you can get if you target a certain thing on an orbit. So in this case, we target the space plane, and then it's just a matter of rendezvousing, which I'm not going to do a tutorial on because that's not what this is. Maybe if I really need it, I could do one, but not right now. So there's us just kind of doing a little flyby because I don't actually have to dock with the thing to transfer resources. Thank you, modular colonization system. That's actually pretty nice. I don't know how realistic it is, but it's pretty nice. Anyway, here's us arriving at the So actually, here's an update on the space plane. It's actually completely fueled up as now, as I think it's completely fueled. So yeah. So here's docking. And then as well, I also decided that we should probably bring this little lander back. It did its job. I need to do some upgrades to a bunch of the things on here. For example, this needs reaction wheels and like power generation. It doesn't have either at the moment, so you can only maneuver with RCS, which is also your fuel, so that's not great. You should be able to turn for free, but you can't because there's no reaction wheels. Thank you. I really don't know why that utility module doesn't have reaction wheels in it. That's, why? It's a utility module. It has power. Why doesn't it have reaction? Anyway, adding reaction wheels isn't too difficult. You just basically take the little mini ones and just slap them on there. Probably give it an RTG. This will become relevant later. Power generation out here doesn't really exist with solar panels. Make a note of that. Anyway, so here's us going along with docking procedures. Thing docks with the docking port on the bottom, so you have to control it from there, and then it's just a matter of lining up the port and having magnets do the rest. Following that, we're going to go over here, at which point I realized that one, those tiny solar panels are doing me absolutely no favors. Why I decided to use these tiny ones, I have absolutely no idea, but I did. Furthermore, after I realized that, oh yeah, those need nuclear fuel, don't they? So here's a speed build. We're going to be making a little nuclear refinery here, so that's what this is. So there's a logistics module right there. Then just a nuclear little fuel drum there. And then on top, what I'm actually going to do is add a little fuel tug. So we don't actually have to, like, because you can't transfer it, you actually have to, like, bring the fuel to the actual thing you want to transfer it to. So in this case, that would be that. There's some tiny solar panels again. I'm sure nothing wrong will ever happen with those. Never. Anyway, so here's a little, I think it's called a, I don't know what it's called, whirly-jig nuclear reprocessor that allows us to make nuclear fuel from the uraninite, which we're going to be creating here as well. And it also allows you to kind of, if we take back some depleted fuel, you can also refine it back into uranium there. Never waste any. There's some mini drills, which should not be on there. Guys, don't use mini drills literally ever. They suck, okay? Do not use mini drills. They are garbage, alright? You have been warned, alright? Don't use them. This is not foreshadowing at all. Nope. Definitely not foreshadowing. I don't learn this the hard way. Nope. That'd be ridiculous. Anyway, so here's the little fuel tug. Another fuel tug, really. Got some RCS on there. That'll allow us to dock the thing back onto there, which, you know, it's kind of important. Finally, we're going to just kind of add some little rockets on the top because, you know, why not? Propulsively landing things. Those little rockets there are annoying to use because you kind of have to play around with the thrust vector control on them, like a decent amount to try to actually not thrust vector. And I actually realized that might not be enough power, so I put a little fuel cell there, and just in case, you know, just in case anything would happen, you know, just in case. Anyway, that's not foreshadowing. That'd be yeah, it's definitely foreshadowing. I'm not very great at hiding that, it would appear. Anyway, so I think right about now we're coming to the end, so a smooth crossfade as we build the thing. Yeah. So there it is. Then once we're here, we get ready for a quick save, and then we prepare for undocking after we transfer the Kerbals. Yes, I take, like, way longer to transfer Kerbals into this thing than it probably should take. Like, you just need an engineer in that logistics module. Like, that's a requirement, because otherwise you can't logistics with it. So, you know, there's that. Make sure that when you're logisticking with your logistics, that you have an engineer that will allow you to do logistics. Word soup. Anyway, so here's our first attempt at a landing. Yes, I'm going to count them. I'm going to leave you guessing as to why, if you couldn't figure it out. So here we are coming in for a landing. So overall, this first landing, it actually goes pretty well. Nothing actually horrendous happened. There's just really only one slight problem with this landing right here. It's if you notice here, it's this little thing happens. So yeah, those mini drills are garbage and can't actually, like, mine if there's not at least 2.5% resource abundance in that area. So I quickly looked on the ScanSat map and found, hey, there's actually a bit more uraninite near the poles. So I'm like, well, we'll just land it near the poles, right? That'll go well, I'm sure. So one problem with landing near the poles is that you need to do that very large inclination change burn. So that's not necessarily a problem here. Well, more my landing skills were a problem here. And if you notice now, we actually have 0 meters per second of delta V, and then that happens, so, you know, that's fun. Alright, so attempt 3 for landing. I tried burning prograde a bit more to raise our apoapsis, and then we got a little bit more polar. However, this took a little bit more delta V, so you might be able to imagine what would happen here. I'm just trying to figure out how the stupid math works. It's that's not where we are at all, so you know, that's fun. If you notice the little splash that came up there, there's still only less than 2.5, and none of that happened. My landing skills are on point today. Don't even worry about it. So, yeah. I'm really good at this game, guys. Don't even worry about it. It's fine. Yep, I'm just really good at this anyway. So, I think at this point I realized that this isn't gonna work. So, I did this little thing called, I go into the part editor, and then I just kind of grab the big drill. Because the big drill doesn't have this stupid little mechanic where I can actually mine if I don't have enough stuff to mine. No. It's like an actual child. Anyway. So what we do here is we get a little Kerbal out and just delete those drills, and then we have to kind of taxi the thing all the way back. So with our engineer here, so just kind of flying it back. You know, as you do. The mailman has arrived with your giant orbital drill. Sign on the dotted line. Make sure you do that. You must confirm your purchase. Anyway, so there's the drill there. It'll actually work now pretty much anywhere where there's... Well, I mean, you want to land where there's still, like, more of the ore. Obviously, because then it's faster. But, you know, sometimes weird things happen. For example, we almost ran into that cliff there. That would have not been great. Yeah, that wouldn't have been great. Anyway, I saw a higher concentration of ore over there. Tried to go for it, ran out of fuel, so we didn't do that. You might have noticed a little jump cut there. I decided not to go for that. Because it didn't work. Anyway, so we then proceed to land here. Everything seems to go well here, although there is one slight complication where the solar panels are actually behind that, so they're not actually getting any power. So we have that fuel cell, but it still drains the power faster than the fuel cell can fuel cell. So it's just kind of insufficient power, shutting down, and then does it again every single time. So you know, I have to mine up the uraninite and then put it in, and then it also turns out that that radiator right there, it's actually not powerful enough for the oh yeah, and then I suppose that happened. I came out of time warp and it was just like, I'm going on strike, bye. And my last quick save was in the air, so you know. This time when I landed, I actually made sure that the on our fifth landing attempt, I don't know, I made sure the actual solar panels were able to like get sunlight. Then I tumbled and I did this. And then that happened, and then I flew around for a bit. I decided to take like a little stroll, like a kid who's just got his first Minecraft Elytra or something. I don't know. Anyway, here's take number. I forgot how to count. 5. I think it's 5. I don't brain. Anyway, so here's us slowly like pulsing. We were either doing the minerals or the processor. It's really annoying because we don't have enough power to power. The power is actually fine for that reprocessor there. The only problem is that it overheats because that one radiator is too powerful. So here's us like drilling and then stop drilling and then drilling and then stop drilling again, over and over again. So that whirligig processor there, it's actually fine to just run even if there's not enough power, except you might notice it overheats that radiator like immediately. So you know, I had to keep clicking on it, which is not great when you're trying to do things quickly because you can't really time warp when it's doing that. I tried to find some kind of workaround using the cheats menu. I hate using the cheats menu, but there was nothing in there, which I guess is fine, because then I got to do a little thing called go into the SpacePlane hangar, build a new thing. Why? Because I don't know. Also, this is a weird bug that happened. I don't know why this is here. I clicked finalize on the map screen and it just like brought the entire thing to the map. I don't know how that happened. Don't ask, I don't know. Anyway, so here's a little, what, maintenance vehicle? I don't know what you would call this thing. It's bringing things. Also, I crashed, but I didn't crash. So, you know, that's, I don't know. I'm good at this game. Trust me. Trust me, I swear, I'm actually good at this game. Anyway, I brought over another fuel cell as well to deal with the power situation and another radiator. So now we can actually time warp. Look at that. Time warp. It works. It functions. It's great. Oh, God. Okay, anyway, so here's enriched uranium going in. We only need about 20 for that space plane. So here's our rendezvous. We go up, make sure we have actual power. Which we don't, but, you know, that's not important. Anyway, so we take off here. Whee! And we go. I wanted to really barely cross this cliff, but cinematics be gone. I failed. Anyway, we get back into plane here. Once you do it enough times, rendezvousing is pretty easy. There's not like a one-size-fits-all way of doing it, but you know, once you do it a couple times, you figure out how it kind of works, and then you're able to do it. Basically, a lower orbit goes faster, so you can time warp and get yourself closer in the orbit, and if it's higher, then it slows you down. So if you are kind of in front of it, you can go into a higher orbit. That's pretty much how you get close, and then when you're ready, you can just kind of drop down or boost up and get an intercept that's pretty close. That's pretty much how it works. Also, here I ran out of power because I was using solar panels on that thing. I even tried quick saving because I thought something was like bugged. Yeah, no, it's one, we're on the dark side, two, solar panels. Solar panels don't really work out here. Well, they do work, but you need really big ones. We really don't have big ones on here, if you didn't notice. So, yeah, I just turned on infinite electricity and hoped for the best. I'm gonna start adding RTGs, don't worry. And luckily they don't actually require you to refuel everything. So, you know, that's fun as well. Also, you might notice that there's two junior docking ports on there. Well, yeah, that's why I could do this. Pretty much universal attachment .mp4. Just grab it off the probe and then you can dock it. It's that easy. That's the entire reason as well. Yep. So there's docking, and now because we have an engineer on here, we can transfer fuel in, which didn't work the first time. I quick saved and it seemed to fix it, so I don't know. Sometimes weird things happen in Kerbal Space Program because Kerbal Space Program now. That's it. So we undock, and for some reason it renamed the thing. I ignore that. And I put the docking port back because I don't need that there. Anyways, so now we're going to go along with our continue, which we'll continue in the next episode, actually, a little mission here, but I'll get us started here because I want a cool outro shot. So what we're basically doing right now is lowering our orbit to Jool because I have a little payload in there I want to deploy. Of course, the best way to do that, really, I tried to do like a little thing here where I was like, I'll go to all the planets, and that, then I was like, I could, but like I don't want to. Anyway, so here's a little tile encounter. It gets our Jool periaps pretty low, and that's pretty much where we're gonna end today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you want to watch more of my amazing content, then all you have to do is go to my homepage and click the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and all that stuff. Because when you do that, then you can see my stuff. It's great. Trust me. Hit the button. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye.